Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. This is a Laugh and Learn Magic Tool Talk about the herb thyme. Now, my internet just decided to go, hey, wait a minute. So if I black out for a second, I'm still here. By the way, I am Tarot Stash. Thank you for being here. I am joined by Oilpntr-Db, Diana. So thank you for being here, Diana.
Hello.
So,
Of course, I'm starting to get that tickle in my throat. Let me have a
oh,
water.
well, yeah, I was just going to say, make sure that you have a beverage of your choice because that's what is needed. I do want to remind everyone to please like and subscribe to both of our channels. If you're watching this on my channel, in the description are the links on how to get a hold of both of us and how to show support. That's there. And as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. Please do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really.
Really, honest.
Really. And so, and today we're talking about the herb thyme. So we have done, I've done several shows about different herbs. I did one about bay leaves. We did rosemary last time, you and I.
Yeah.
We have scheduled another show about sage, and that's scheduled for Thursday, July 24th of 2025 at the same time.
Did we do comfrey? I think we did comfrey also, didn't we?
We probably did. Yes. It is linked in the Laugh and Learn playlist, which is linked below. So, and so there you go. So I do spend some time so that those descriptions will lead you to other things.
Yeah.
And we have some of the best chat. Oh, here, wait a minute. We have the best chatters here, the best lurkers, the work lurkers, as well as the future lurkers. So I want to thank you. We do have a limited amount of time today. So I do want to jump in to this topic. We see a lot of people here. It's wonderful to see everybody. Thank you. And so Timmy Raven is here, who was just on my channel for a Tarot the Stash Way, which was very, very good.
It sure was.
So, yes. And Timmy did say, I'm a big fan of Greek oregano if you can find it. He used to grow it in California. Yeah. So thank you, Maru. Maru is being very helpful. So it's great. And I did see Selena, I believe. And so lots of people, and it's great to see everybody here. I think I saw Selena. Did I see Selena? Yes, I did. Selena. By the way, look what I got. Got him.
Oh.
So stay tuned, kids. Stay tuned. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about thyme. But first, I do want to show this. Diana sent me these pictures. And will you tell us exactly what's going on in this picture?
I will. Of course, there's a lot of background debris, which is probably Creeping Charlie or Creeping Jenny. Can't tell you which one right now, or just a bunch of other stuff. But within that box, over on the left, I have Greek oregano.
Mm-hmm.
And the next clump you see is sage. The two tall, lacy plants are both dillweed. you see a rosemary bush, and in the background is my last surviving basil, though I had put 3 of them in. So another one is just very weak. The
Uh-huh.
weather hasn't been very cooperative, let's say, to keeping them going. It either got burnt out or it's drowning.
Oh my. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm. All right. And I want to show the second one, the second photo.
This is in a standing box, also sometimes called a carrot box, although it's not very big for a carrot as far as the width goes. Anyway, on the left we have a variegated thyme, which has a more lemony flavor to it. I have a rosemary start in the center that I'm going to try to see if I can experiment with it since it's up off of the ground and
Uh-huh.
cover it and see if I can get it to winter because I'm in
Mm-hmm.
Michigan and they don't winter here.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one I'm going to take out of the ground and bring in the house for the holidays.
Very
And
nice.
back on the right hand side and forward of that I have a start going. This thyme plant I've had going for, this is its 3rd summer, so it will get really big and bushy. And thyme is one of my favorite flavors, especially when it is fresh.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that brings up a really good point. Resources are important as you are learning anything about herbs. So, culinary things, healing aspects, magical and recreational. Oop, you need to make sure that you are using reliable resources with those. Double check, triple check, and make sure that you are actually using reliable sources. Thyme itself, one of the resources that I do want to share is if you're looking for magical purposes, Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs is a classic, it's a standard that many people use. I reference it a lot. I use it quite a bit. So, and yes, you want to make sure that you herb responsibly. So yes, Amanda is also saying thyme is so useful and beautiful. So, and Kendra has Scarborough Fair stuck in their head.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep. And thyme is great for many things. And so I was I was sharing a basic introduction of thyme. It is a fragrant herb, part of the mint family, and it has small aromatic leaves and a pungent, slightly minty flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's used widely in cooking, particularly in the Mediterranean, in Mediterranean, French, and Italian cuisines.
Mm-hmm.
But it's known for its versatility in seasoning meats, vegetables, and sauces.
You know, good old Campbell's soup in a can, tomato soup. If you take fresh thyme and just sprinkle it over the top, you've changed the flavor completely.
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely. Uh, so so thyme, there's a lot of historic things about thyme.
Mm-hmm.
So Diana, hold up those lovely little bundles of thyme. And so fresh thyme is very, very good. And when, fresh versus dried, fresh thyme offers a more vibrant flavor,
Mm-hmm.
but dried thyme provides a longer lasting seasoning. So just in case you were curious about that.
And you use less when it's dried because when you put it in, you're reactivating the oils.
Ah, yes.
So, it's a balance of things because it's pungent, but you're going through the process of drying it, right? So, like when I make salves, some of those things need to be made after the flower dries or after
Mhm,
the leaves dry because
mhm.
you're reactivating. That drying brings the oils out of the deep veins and brings it to the surface.
Correct.
So,
Correct. Yeah.
the same with these guys.
Yes. Uh, um, so this is in the same family, which includes oregano, basil, and rosemary.
Yep.
So there you go.
Oh my God. So I couldn't have picked it at a better time. I'm telling you, it's been raining for 2 days. And I stepped out there this morning and everything was so pungent, even as I walked up to them before
Sure.
I caught.
Yes.
But when you cut the twigs, which these aren't very twiggy yet, which is why I love them at this time because I try to avoid putting the sticks, in as they
Hmm.
get older and more
Yes.
brittle because
Yeah.
it's like biting on a whole piece of rosemary and what's that?
Yeah. Maru said concentrates the oils by removing water. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah. And Kendra's like, I can smell them through the screen. Yes.
Well, and so, yeah, I mean, historically, the Greeks and Romans would use these attached to their armor when they went into battle,
Yes.
both the
Yes.
rosemary and or the thyme,
Yep.
as, as everything that what it does for us when we eat it, that same protection is there if you wear it,
Yes. Yes.
which combines the two things, right? The mundane.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's start with the culinary uses of thyme. We'll
Okay.
start with that. I'm going to share the flavor profile is described as earthy and pungent, and it's really used a lot for roasting chicken, lamb, fish, stews, soups, and other vegetables. So it's a really good one for those uses. And it's also, as I mentioned before, it's a key ingredient in various spice blends.
Right.
So what do you have to share about
Well,
the
it's
culinary
native,
uses?
native to the Mediterranean, which of course broadened everything as it, went into European culinary use, particularly in France. It's very popular there.
Hmm. Yes.
And it is, you can't deny the fact, especially being in oregano, that just eating it helps you. It's nature's antibiotic.
Yes. Oh,
And
yes.
anti everything, and the same reason why I choose castor oil, it's like
Yes.
gets rid of all that stuff.
So oftentimes you will see thyme associated with like stuffing and sauces.
Hmm.
It's included definitely in stews, fresh or dried. And with like a stew, the longer it sits, the more integrated it gets. And it's really, really beautiful.
Well, and using it for pickling,
Oh, yes, that's right. Pickling.
right? So especially with the Brussels sprouts, because you're trying to bring out that earthiness that only Brussels sprouts could have, right?
Uh huh.
And then adding that in the vinegar, which is bringing out other things and putting other flavors back into it, and as a side, like instead of regular pickles, the
Hmm.
benefits of eating cabbage, because Brussels sprouts are
Yes.
basically in that family.
Mhm. Yes, absolutely. So I want to move on to some of the healing properties of thyme. I want to tell you this is for entertainment purposes only. check with your physician, check with somebody who is licensed before you start using thyme for healing.
Yeah.
So, so what are some of your favorite things, the medicinal purposes?
A tincture for
Mhm.
coughs and colds.
Yes.
And mullein is also very important to use, even just to take the dried leaves crush them up and ingest them to clear your sinuses, to clear anything that's building up and trying to create an infection. But let's say you get one and you get the cold or the flu or whatever, and you're coughing as an expectorant with, of course, you put it in vodka or gin or whatever you like. And you don't have to drink a whole shot of it, just a couple of drops gives you the medicinal purposes of the thyme.
Yes.
So I have some that I have stored in the refrigerator because I don't want to take the thyme out of there, right?
Sure.
The other thing I found is when you're braising meats, or because I'm a vegan, vegetables, to use that same tincture.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
And right, no matter what you're
Mhm.
making, to have some kind of a sauce or a barbecue sauce, just to add
Mhm.
enough of that to give some punch to the flavor, because the alcohol is going to burn off.
Yes. Yes. We have a question from Pamela. Gerald, are our mothers or fathers the professional advice you refer to? Yes, especially if they are a licensed professional.
Right? Or
However, that being said, there's a lot of healing that is ancestral. And
absolutely.
so, because one of the things that I found out as I have been doing research on this is a great herb to help with sleep. And as you said, Diana, it's all of the antis,
Yep.
antimicrobial, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties.
Antifungal. And
Okay.
that
Yep.
that is, that's big.
Yeah.
Because so I'm talking, how you get athlete's foot. Well, just calluses on your feet is athlete's foot. And nobody thinks of it that way, but it's a buildup of tissue because we wear too many shoes and we wear too many socks, and we need to let our tootsies get loose and get wet and enjoy the moisture on the lawn. And so using that in creams also,
Yeah.
or
I did.
oils.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and oils, we'll talk about oils here in a second. Thyme historically has been used as a cough relief.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. And the book that I held up, which is now not where it used to be because it's under my pages. In this, so Scott Cunningham has magical herbs.
Oh, I've got that one. Yeah.
And so it has. I'm going to mention a few of things here, but it's a purification herb for the body. It's also purification for magical. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
And it's because the I love this, the essential oils. When you have the essential oils, by the way, which need to be diluted before you actually use them, they're really good in aromatherapy, and they're really helpful providing sleep
Yes.
and safe sleep.
Especially, using the points on the bottom of your feet and rubbing it into the reflexology points. It stimulates glands at the bottom of our feet, in the palms of our hands. And
Yes.
it stimulates not just the glands, but also organs and blood flow.
Mm-hmm.
And it all goes to your head, because eventually it goes up one side and down the other and back up and down the other. So it is a completion of the route.
Yes.
Because what do we put the heaviest weight of the day on? Our poor Paisan feet.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. It's also, because I mentioned that it's a cough relief. It is an expirant or yeah. It helps you relieve the phlegm.
Yeah. It meant oh my gosh, my grandfather used to give me drops of wintergreen, and I love wintergreen. That's my favorite mint, right? And probably because when I was little and get colicky or all of the other things that happen because I get nauseated, um, when he would put those couple of drops under my tongue, it was like going to heaven.
Sure. Oh, of course. It can be used as a tea several times a day, so you can steep that. So it's great. It also it can help. It can be mood boosting. So there's a bit of healing associated with that. Yeah, go ahead, Diana.
Well, it's great for the immune system. So all of us out there who have these autoimmune issues, because so many of us do, especially as we get older, simple things like rheumatism, arthritis, which get complicated if you don't do things to take care of yourself.
Yes.
So by eating them, you're already helping to boost your immune system. If it's overactive, as in my case, it still helps it find its balance. It's like when you have reflux and they tell you drink some vinegar and you go, well, how's that going to help? Because you have an imbalance of something. The acid isn't there. The trigger isn't there to help the immune system shut off. So you have to find a balance. And earlier, I want to address, because you had mentioned that you need to use a carrier when you're using such strong EOs like oregano and all of those in the green family like that, because they are strong. And I burnt my leg with oregano oil, not using carrier. And I still carry the scar with me, and that's been more than 5 years. So I'm just telling everybody, do it responsibly.
Yes, use responsibly. So the healing purposes, it's really useful. It's been something that's been around for a long time. There are probably some of the medications that you're taking that have some of the properties of thyme in them. Be aware of that. I think it's very, very interesting. So I want to catch up on a couple of comments that people have shared. Selena used thyme the other day for an oil. And yes, thyme is a great herb. And it's an herb or a herb. It doesn't matter. Just use it. Thyme is a disinfectant. Yes. And Leah did share that it helps to loosen chest congestion. So I like that. Thyme is one of those things that often you're able to grow it and keep it near your kitchen, and that's where a lot of people kept their thyme, of course.
Well, yeah, and that brings us to magic and food and our parents being being the knowledge of medicine. My grandparents, the knowledge of medicine, because they came from that generation. They got here from Poland and Germany, and they brought all of that with them because they knew that was the way.
And I will share this, and I mean this with a lot of love. if you have an opportunity to speak with the elders in your family about what they did for cold, for flu, for an upset stomach, for coughing, things like that, do it. Record it. Film it. Do that, because those great stories are carried down really, really powerful.
Honey and whiskey and tea.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
I could not wait.
Yes. Beth shared. I use a lot of thyme in my soups. I put in the entire branches, and after a couple of hours, I open the lid and remove the branches.
Yeah.
All the leaves simmer. Yes.
Yeah, that's yummy.
Yes. So,
well, and topically, we can use it topical as well, because we don't think about how our skin absorbs. And like to mix thyme with magnesium, which, hello, I just got a brilliant idea because I'm making magnesium cream. I've put chamomile in this batch, but I think the next batch I'm going to try it with some thyme. Because of that ability that magnesium already has to help with skin issues, eczema, all that other business. And the best way to get magnesium is through the skin, because taking it doesn't always make it all the way through your body, and you can take too much of it or take the wrong thing. But when you're putting it on your skin, you're getting what's in the ocean, and your body automatically knows when it's had enough and stops taking that property in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. More people have come in. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I want to move on to the healing uses. The healing uses of thyme. We've talked. Did we just do that?
I think so.
Yeah, we've sort of done that. Let's talk about magical. Let's talk about magical, because healing. Okay, this is Gerald. Hi, my name's Gerald Tarot Stash. Come from YouTube. There is very little difference between culinary uses, between medicinal and magical uses of herbs.
You went to the town crier, or the town witch doctor?
Healer, yeah.
Because she knew what herbs were going to fix you, because she was a damn good cook. Yep.
Yeah. And so one of the great things about the magical purposes, you had mentioned this, traditionally and historically, it is a symbol of courage and strength.
Mm-hmm.
And the ancient Greeks and Romans would add it to the bathwater or burning it in as an incense to invoke these qualities.
Mm-hmm.
And knights and warriors wear that on their garb for those things.
Yep. And that, how when we burn sage for cleansing properties, the same thing. It is the same thing. So what your intention is when you're doing it is what sets the course.
Yes. And so I love this fact that part of if you think about this for the magical purposes, if you've been really stressed and you needed to get good sleep, thyme is a great way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead.
Well, it's Venus is the planet that rules time.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a very magical, versatile tool, because not only does it invoke courage, but it fosters dream work. So those of us who like to go into our dreams, it is used as the entrance into the fairy realm and other elementals. And it banishes negativity, and it calls in happiness. And it is used in healing, yes, but it's also used as a love potion, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because it lets down our guards, if we will. and it gives you that just increased energy because you're eating healthy. It's a green food.
Yes. Well, and Pamela Batchelor said, food is the best medicine.
It
How
is.
you eat. So, and to go back to what you said, Diana, the gender of Thyme is feminine. The planet is Venus. Its element is water. It's so the powers are not limited to, but include health, healing, sleep, psychic powers, love, purification, and courage. So it's a beautiful way if you burn it. It's a really good way to attract good health. You could put it beneath a pillow. You could make a little sachet and put it in your shower so that those herbs can permeate with you as you're showering.
Yep.
It was also used, believe it or not, it was also used in embalming.
Yes. Yes. And so many of those herbs are used. Turmeric is another one that was used. Well, because they didn't always drain the bodily fluids.
Right. Right.
Which adds to the potentness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to take a sip for a second. What else do you have to add about the magical uses of thyme? And for those of you who are watching, do you have magical uses for thyme?
Right.
Pop them in there.
So it is the cushion between worlds. So when Samhain arrives, it's like these are herbs that are, if you're in the northern hemisphere, you're getting ready to take them out of the ground or harvest them for the last time because they're not going to be growing till spring. And so you can use that to cushion while the veil is ever so thin. And of course, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's not Samhain, but you're calling in the Fae to protect your garden as you're putting it in. So there's
Absolutely.
all of that. And it's also about the solar plexus.
Okay. Say more about that.
Okay, so you know what the solar plexus is your gut feeling. Where's your gut feeling? It's your psychic ability. It is
Mm-hmm.
trust the person within, trust the voice in your head. You know it's coming from a higher source. As intelligent as we are, we've got this connection to a higher microphone, and we get to listen to that and follow the lead. Doesn't mean we shouldn't innovate where we need to. And if a recipe calls for oregano and you don't have it, use thyme. You know, whatever. Right.
Tim says trust your root.
Right.
Some other great comments in the chat include let's see. Okay, where is it? Oh, the Herb Crafters Tarot is a beautiful and educational deck. You have it, Diana? Yeah. Herb Crafters Tarot is a really good one. And Sherry Freebury said, I love my herbs. I have a 33-year-old chive plant, mint from my mother-in-law's house, thyme, oregano, basil, rosemary, dill, cilantro, sage, and parsley. I love that.
Awesome. I have an old, it was here when I moved in. So it's certainly more than 5 years old because that's how long I've been here.
And Amanda Carroll just had a vision of adding thyme to a bridal bouquet. Will do for my daughter. I love that.
Yeah, and rosemary too, to call in ancestors.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right?
And Deanne said, I love higher powers and sources who gave us the plant nation people and downloaded plant information. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Linda de Gonzalez is here, who Diana is a regular guest on Tuesday's show, which is Akashic Adventures. And that is at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific.
Yep.
So, but yeah. Okay, you were going to say something about.
Well, I just wanted to read a little bit of what the book has to say about the Madre of Fire, which is time. So when we think about that fire, that's the solar plexus, what gets you going, right? What gets you going. And so the book says, turn up the heat on your creative passions, a warm heart and a spicy kitchen. Welcome others to your table. Stoke the creative fire that burns within your belly. And then she inspires others by living an artistic life. She teaches from her actions. She encourages collaboration, inviting everyone to play in her busy apothecary. She is upbeat and accepts life and its paradoxes. She knows thyme is both popular kitchen herb and a superb medicine plant.
Mm-hmm.
She is driven by the rich imagination and finds magic in everything. Creativity is second nature to her, and her days are filled with inspired activities. And add flavor to your medicine cabinet. Invite friends for a busy day of making thyme potions. And then show someone you love them by cooking them a meal with thyme.
That's really beautiful. I would also say if you are not familiar with a lot of herbs or herbs, depending upon where you're from, start small.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of research. Usually a cookbook will have some basic information about herbs. I actually recommend, if you've not, try actually tasting thyme, just a little bit of the thyme, and see what it tastes like to you, and make note of that. I think that's it's a learning tool.
Well, and the funny thing is if your garden's dry, like on Sunday, mine was dry, and I am known to just go and pluck something out of the garden and munch on it, right? And I plucked the thyme, and I was like, oh, how come this is so strong? Well, it hadn't had any water, so it's,
Oh, it had already
ugly,
started.
right?
Yeah.
And of course, now it does not taste near as strong as it did that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of all the rain. So
very interesting. Okay, so what are some of the recreational uses of thyme? And I want to remind everybody that this is for entertainment purposes only. Don't do anything stupid. Talk to a professional. I am not a professional. So I know, shocking. So, and again, recreational uses. One of the things that you can use for recreation is you can decorate with thyme. Some people like to redecorate and to do things.
right.
What a great way to bring those magical energies forth as you are decorating. Now, it can help you see fairies and to have fairy experience. Use caution with that. Fairies are, not all fairies play by the rules. I think Selena said, I'm not going to be dancing with the fae.
Right. It's brownies you got to watch out for.
Yes. Oh, yes. So,
well, and while you're decorating with it, you're still going to get the magical properties, right? So I save, bread ties all the time because you never know, right?
yes.
But this is going to go hang at the door.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's dry, it'll be a smudge stick.
Yes.
The same thing with these, because thyme at the door, what are we doing? We're trying to banish anything negative to make sure it doesn't make its way in. So we have solstice coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in 20 minutes? No.
Yeah, like tomorrow.
I know.
On the 20th.
Can you believe it already?
Yes.
It's Litha time of the year. And this is a perfect way to do the celebration, as well as blowing cinnamon in the door, inside the front door to bring abundance to you, and outside the back door to get rid of the negativity. So as you put this, at a back door, and as well as one at the front door, so that will enhance any other ritual that you have with your doorways.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now, because we're at that middle of the year.
I know.
How did we
Middle
finally
of the
get
year. Yep. Long day. Powdered thyme is really nice to flavor steak, Vanessa has said.
Yeah.
And so, and this is where this is, recreational uses. Yes, it is sometimes able to be included with different herbs for hallucinogenic purposes. Read into that what you want. Does it do anything? I don't know. So, you
Like
can,
overeating.
yeah.
The
So,
same thing overeating does.
yeah. One of the things that I was looking at is recreational uses include a bath. Take a
Yeah.
good bath with it.
Right.
How's that for recreation? I don't know. Be nice to yourself, pay
Oh my
attention.
gosh, isn't
So,
it?
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
who doesn't need that every once in a while, just to soak,
yeah.
relax, shut
Yeah.
off the world?
Yeah. And by the way, Philippa didn't know that about fairies. Yeah. Yes. Use caution. We'll just say that. They're great. Use caution. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You could get what's he called, a cluster coat? No, not a cluster coat. The clam coat. Yeah, you hear something rattling, it's because you called in a fairy that really belongs in the water. Of course, here that in Michigan, that's pretty easy to do because there's lakes everywhere you look.
There you go. Well, and so I've been doing part of what my work was in the coven. We were learning about different herbs, and we were looking specifically at the culinary uses of herbs, the healing, the magical, and the recreational, or I would also call that the mundane. And it's you can use it for cleansing. That's a magical purpose. You can also put a drop of thyme oil in your cleaning solution.
Oh, how many products are out there that are considered natural, and thyme is one of them. Thyme as a cream rinse on your hair. Obviously not today. It's just rainwater here.
So,
But yeah, thyme is used in shampoos and conditioners, soaps, all of that. So how do we separate the difference between the healing and the mundane? It's so very difficult.
and somebody in chat commented about that sometimes even healers will do things that are not the most appropriate. This is where use caution, pay attention to what's going on, and notice those things. Communicate with your professional. One of the other things that I think is really helpful is it can be used. I love this idea of it provides courage and energy, and it attracts good health. Courage, attracting good health are all things that I think many of us need. You can put dried thyme into a dried mix of herbs that you are offering at your fire pit. It's going to enliven the senses.
Absolutely.
So
And
I think, yeah,
in an amulet near your heart.
yes. And
It's because it's hard for me, excuse me, to put a different thought on all of those, because this is a train. And this train can't, it's a steam engine, and so therefore I have to have a coal car. And after the coal car, I need to have another car that holds at least the caboose.
Yeah.
Because where's everybody going to rest when you're traveling 24/7? And we are 24/7 travelers. Even when we're asleep, we're traveling.
Yes. I think I want to encourage everybody to do, I mean, the reason I spend a time talking about Laugh and Learns and Magic Tool Talk is to broaden everyone's perspective on what can be used, what is magic, what can be used, what could we do with something.
Yeah.
And intention is a lot of that. So I think it is one of those things that if you pay attention to it, you'll start to notice more of it.
Right. If you understand the property of it, you'll understand where you can interchange products if you don't, if you're out of something. But getting back to consult your professional, whether it's an herbologist or a holistic healer or an acupuncturist or your chiropractor or regular Western medicine. Educate yourself first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Know what to expect when you get there. If you don't ask the right questions, you're not going to get the right answers. And how do you do that? By all we got to do right now is Google. And if everything you come up with says basically the same thing, you've got a good idea of what to expect your professional to say, do, or behave.
And I, as a former person who worked formerly in a library, go to your library. Your library staff are going to find you the most accurate information that is available. Check your resources. If you are using AI, ain't nothing wrong with AI if you know how to use it. Ask AI, provide me with trusted resources and documentation of what you are saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's great. And so, okay, we have to go because Diana is on another show here in about 12 minutes. I do want to remind everyone to like and subscribe. If you've watched this video, leave a comment so we know that you liked it. We already have another show scheduled for Sage. We're going to be talking about the culinary, healing, magical, and recreational uses of sage. That's on July 24th of 2025. And
I like that. 2025, right?
That's 24, 25,
7, 24, 25.
Yes. So
and 2 plus 5 is 7. So we've gone full circle with that.
And
you can't get away from magic.
Well, and somebody even said in the chat, it was really, really beautiful. They like to plant thyme along their walks to help protect their house. It's really, really wonderful.
You just reminded me of another variety that I have that is so compact. And I don't believe that it's considered edible, but I don't know how true that is because it wasn't sold as an herb. It was sold as a decorative. But it gets these little tiny, beautiful flowers. And it's the most compact and dense. It's hard to separate. It's, it just creeps along like most thyme will do.
Oh, and Aquila B24, hello, just saw Thyme body wash at TJ Maxx and thought, and here we are talking about thyme.
There you go.
So, all right. I have a show tomorrow, Yes or No Questions with Thomas and Hershey. Saturday, I'm having a creativity conversation with Linda De Gonzalez and Purple Elephant Deb H. Spa readings on Sunday. it's easy to stay up with that. Like, share, and subscribe to both of our channels. And we will say farewell. Everyone, do take care. And, you know, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Bye.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you, Gerald.